All right. Well, I'm going to tell you guys a story. Now, before the youth hall was built a couple of years ago, we used to have our services in the older Calvario building. Now, this one night, it was amazing. Altar call was filled. Everybody was crying. So I went up to this one little boy that I felt the Holy Spirit lead me to pray for him. And he was crying. And then all of a sudden, I'm crying. And she was crying. And he was crying. Pastor was crying. Okay, too many people were crying. I didn't even know who was crying. All right, no tears were left that night. But you see, this particular moment here was going to be very embarrassing for me. Because I was praying fire on that boy. I spent fire. But I did spit another time. And that other time was a piece of gum I had been chewing the whole service that landed straight on his cheek. It slid down with all my saliva and just hit his knee and hit the ground. Now I had two options. Either one, I walk away and say, God bless you, brother. You know, God's going to do something in your life. Or I just could have picked up that piece of gum, man up, put it in my pocket, and finished praying for him. Now obviously I picked number two. It was pretty gross. Couldn't even wash my pants. But anyway, now, to finish the story up, next week he comes to me and says, my brother's doing better, my family's doing better, thank you, David, so much, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, many of us would have not finished that. But you see, I saw that God started something in his life at that altar call. And for me not to finish would have prohibited him to grow even more. Now, this story is funny, but this also talks to many of us. Because many of us can't seem to finish what God has started in our lives. Okay? Oh, many of us can't seem to finish what God has started in our lives. As a matter of fact, we start strong, but we end poorly. And sometimes most of us even end before we even get to the finish.
Okay, real quick.
All right.